There's a storm.
You sound like you're looking forward to it.
I'm adaptable.
What are you?
I'm Gotham's reckoning.
Did they kill him?
I'm not sure.
Why didn't you just kill me?
When The Dark Knight Rises hit theaters in 2012, it marked the grand conclusion to Christopher Nolan's critically acclaimed Batman trilogy, an ending that would cement its place in cinematic history. Coming off the monumental success of The Dark Knight in 2008, anticipation for this final chapter was immense. Fans were eager to see how Nolan would bring Bruce Wayne's journey full circle, exploring the consequences of his actions, the physical and emotional toll of his crusade, and the ultimate fate of Gotham's Dark Protector. The film was set 8 years after the events of The Dark Knight, a period in which Batman had vanished, taking the blame for Harvey Dent's crimes and leaving Gotham City in an uneasy peace. Yet, beneath that peace, cracks were forming, and new dangers were ready to rise from the shadows. The movie begins with Bruce Wayne living in isolation, a recluse hiding away in the rebuilt Wayne Manor, his body and spirit broken by years of crime fighting. Gotham believes Batman is gone forever, and Bruce has withdrawn from the world, haunted by his failures and the loss of Rachel Dawes. But as Gotham faces a new and far more devastating threat, he's forced to confront his destiny once again. That threat comes in the form of Bane, a mass terrorist with an army of followers and a plan to destroy Gotham from within. Bane isn't just a physical powerhouse. He's a strategist, a revolutionary, and someone who believes in tearing down the structures of power that define society. Unlike the chaotic Joker, Bane represents order through destruction, a force of ideology and intimidation. His introduction and audacious mid-air hijacking instantly establishes him as a villain of terrifying scale, someone who believes in the cleansing power of pain. Christian Bale's return as Bruce Wayne brings a raw emotional weight to the story. He plays the aging hero with a perfect balance of pride and vulnerability. This version of Batman is not the unstoppable figure of legend, but a man struggling with purpose, strength, and the fear that his time as Gotham's savior is over. Bale's performance grounds the film, making Bruce's internal journey just as important as the explosive action that surrounds it. Michael Caine once again shines as Alfred Pennyworth, the loyal but heartbroken butler who has served as Bruce's moral compass throughout the trilogy. His emotional confrontation with Bruce, begging him to find peace and abandon his destructive path, delivers some of the most powerful scenes in the entire series. Alfred's pain mirrors the audiences he's watched Bruce suffer, and he knows that the man behind the mask can't survive another war. The introduction of Selina Kyle, portrayed by Anne Hathaway, adds a layer of intrigue and complexity to the story. Her version of Catwoman is sly, confident, and layered with moral ambiguity. She isn't evil, but she isn't good either. She's a survivor, navigating Gotham's chaos for her own gain. Her chemistry with Bale's Batman is electric, marked by a mix of flirtation, rivalry, and reluctant alliance. Selina's arc from self-serving thief to reluctant hero reflects Gotham's own redemption, a city forced to face its corruption and rebuild from ruin. Hathaway's performance blends grace and grit, redefining the character for a new generation. Tom Hardy's portrayal of Bane is unforgettable. Through his towering physical presence and chilling voice, Hardy transforms Bane into an almost mythic figure. Behind that mask lies a man scarred by pain, both physical and emotional. His voice, muffled yet commanding, adds to the menace. Each word feels deliberate, as if drawn from deep conviction. The mask itself, which supplies him with a constant flow of anesthetic gas, becomes symbolic of his survival through suffering. Bane is not just Batman's greatest physical adversary, but his ideological opposite. He believes in chaos through revolution, while Batman fights for order through sacrifice. Their confrontations are brutal, primal, and emotionally charged, showcasing the limits of Bruce's strength and willpower. The supporting cast adds even more depth to the film. Gary Oldman's Commissioner Gordon carries the guilt of the Dentlie, a secret that has protected Gotham but corrupted his conscience. His relationship with Batman remains central, built on trust and mutual sacrifice. Joseph Gordon-Levitt as John Blake, the idealistic young cop, serves as the embodiment of Gotham's hope. His character sees through the lies and believes in the symbol of Batman, representing the next generation of heroes, willing to rise when others fall. Morgan Freeman's Lucius Fox provides wisdom and technology, grounding Batman's world in realism and humanity. His innovations, like the Bat aerial vehicle, symbolize the evolution of Bruce's mission and the tools of his redemption. Visually, The Dark Knight Rises is breathtaking. Wally Pfister's cinematography captures the scale and scope of Gotham like never before. The city feels alive, grand, and suffocating all at once. The use of IMAX cameras gives every scene a sense of magnitude, especially during the action sequences. From the opening plane hijack to the epic siege of Gotham's streets, every frame feels meticulously crafted. Hans Zimmer's score elevates the tension to near operatic levels. His use of deep percussion and chanting voices mirrors Bane's militaristic dominance, while softer notes underscore Bruce's inner turmoil. The sound design, particularly during Batman's final battle, makes the audience feel the weight of every punch, explosion, and sacrifice. One of the film's most striking qualities is its sense of closure. Christopher Nolan weaves themes of pain, redemption, and legacy into every thread of the story. Bruce's journey is no longer about vengeance. It's about finding meaning in suffering. Throughout the film, he's tested physically, spiritually, and emotionally. The pit prison sequence, where Bruce must literally climb from darkness into light, serves as the heart of the story. It's a metaphor for rebirth, for conquering fear, and for reclaiming hope. As he chants with the other prisoners and makes the impossible leap, the audience feels the culmination of years of struggle. Batman is rising not just to fight, but to live again. The action is large-scale, but deeply personal. When Bane breaks Batman's back in the sewer fight, it's a shocking and humbling moment that strips the hero of everything he thought he controlled. It's one of the rare superhero films where defeat feels real and recovery feels earned. Bruce's rehabilitation, his return to Gotham, and his rallying of allies against impossible odds all build toward a final act that's both thrilling and emotionally satisfying. The battle for Gotham, with its massive street clashes and moral stakes, captures the intensity of a war for the city's soul. Yet, amid all the explosions and chaos, the story never loses sight of Bruce Wayne, the man behind the mask, fighting, not just for Gotham's future, but for his own peace. The Dark Knight Rises also explores the idea of legacy in profound ways. The symbol of Batman becomes greater than any one man. John Blake's realization of Bruce's true identity and his final journey into the Batcave suggests that the mantle will live on, that Gotham will always have a guardian willing to rise. The ending sequence, with Alfred discovering Bruce and Selina alive in Florence, offers a quiet, hopeful conclusion. It's not about death or martyrdom, it's about rebirth and fulfillment. After years of pain and sacrifice, Bruce finally earns the chance to live the life he was denied. Nolan closes the trilogy, not with spectacle alone, but with emotional resolution, giving audiences a sense of peace that few superhero finales achieve. The film's production itself was monumental. Shot across multiple global locations from Pittsburgh and New York to India and the UK, it gave Gotham an expansive, almost mythic scale. Nolan's commitment to practical effects resulted in breathtaking realism. Massive sets, real explosions, and large-scale stunts made every moment tangible. The airplane hijacking at the beginning was filmed with real aircraft, showcasing Nolan's dedication to authenticity. The decision to avoid CGI whenever possible gives the movie a timeless quality. Even over a decade later, it feels grounded and visceral, far removed from the overly digital blockbusters that followed. Upon its release, The Dark Knight Rises was met with enormous anticipation and global attention. It became one of the highest-grossing films of 2012, earning praise for its ambition, performances, and emotional power. Audiences were captivated by the way it tied together the themes of the trilogy: fear, chaos, and redemption into a single cohesive conclusion. While some critics debated aspects of pacing or realism, few could deny its emotional impact or the scope of Nolan's vision. The trilogy as a whole reshaped superhero cinema, influencing everything from the Marvel Cinematic Universe to future DC films. It proved that comic book movies could be intelligent, philosophical, and deeply human without sacrificing excitement. More than a decade later, The Dark Knight Rises continues to stand as one of the most powerful endings in modern film. Its themes of endurance, sacrifice, and rebirth resonate far beyond the superhero genre. Bruce Wayne's story reminds audiences that true heroism isn't about power. It's about rising after every fall, about choosing hope even in despair. The legacy of this film, and of Nolan's trilogy, lives on in how it inspired a new generation of filmmakers and fans. It wasn't just the end of a story, it was the rebirth of what the superhero myth could mean in a modern world. And for many, The Dark Knight Rises remains not only the conclusion of an era, but a timeless reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is always a way to rise again.